Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Grass. How are you guys doing today? It's such a beautiful day. I'm outside, I'm ready to make some art, and I can't wait for you to come along with me on this art venture today. Art Ventures at Home, coming to you from my house. Yeah, we're still social distancing. That's okay. I'm able to create, and remember, the more you create, the better you're gonna feel. Today, on the docket for our lesson, it's Tints and Shades. We're gonna do a little painting today. I'm gonna take you through all of the steps, and I can't wait to see what you create. Let's get started. So, what are tints and shades? There's so many components or parts to color theory. That is the study of color. Tints and shades are a small part of it. You might know a little bit of color theory yourself. Like, you might know what the primary colors are. Those are red, yellow, and blue. And you might know what the secondary colors are. That's green, orange, and purple. And you might even know what the tertiary colors are. Those are the colors you get when you mix the primaries and secondaries together, like red violet or lime green. Yeah. Then there's also neutral colors and complementary colors and warm and cool colors. Today we're talking tints and shades. Tints and shades are all about adding black to a color to make it darker and adding white to a color to make it lighter. Today we're going to create a landscape using one color that we add a little bit of white to and a little bit of black to change it up. Here is what you're going to need to create today's project. First, paint. You're going to need to pick one color that you really like. I would pick a color that's not tinted or shaded yet. That means it doesn't look pastel in any way, like white's been added to it, or it doesn't look dark like black's been added to it. So I'm using a primary color. I'm using blue. And then you're going to need white and black. Second, you're going to need some brushes. You're going to want to pick 3 different size brushes. It's always important to have a big, a medium, and a small, just in case you need them. Third, you're gonna need some water. You're gonna need that just in case you need to clean your brush off and make sure it's ready for a new color. Water, and along with that, some paper towel to dry your brush off with. Fourth, you're gonna need paper. Okay, so I recommend that you use a thicker paper today. If you don't have it, no worries. It's just with a thinner paper, the paint will make the paper warp and bubble a little. A thicker paper won't do that. I am actually using the back of a sketchbook today. I finished this with this sketchbook, and I just cut the cover off, and it's a beautiful white, thicker stocked paper, so I'm gonna use that. Once you have all your supplies, you're ready to go. Once I have my supplies, I'm ready to start sketching out my landscape. You can copy along with the landscape that I'm drawing, or you can find a reference image of your own. And a reference image is a picture of something that you can have in front of you so that you can look at it or reference it as you're working so that your picture that you're making is more accurate. We've talked about that before, that if you have something in front of you that you can look at, you're going to draw it a little bit better. I'm laughing because I hear my chickens behind me. If you haven't noticed, they are very chatty ladies. Today I'm working on this picture. I found this picture on a Google search when I looked for examples of tints and shades paintings to share with you guys. Many photographs came up of how tints and shades is seen in natural landscapes and in nature. These landscapes are not painted because someone invented them. It's because we actually see them out there in the world. So this picture really spoke to me. I love the pine trees. I love how it connects a little bit to our tree lesson. So I'm going to sketch that out on my paper so that I can get ready for painting. Okay, so I have my picture all sketched out and it's ready for painting, and I'm going to think about my painting or my landscape in zones, like layers. And I have my foreground, which is closest to us, which is going to be have the largest items in it, which is going to be most predominant. And then the middle ground is sort of these layers, and the background is sort of the last two layers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth layer is the sky. The first layer is the foreground, what's closest to me. I'm going to start with my third layer. So if I label these like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to start with the third layer, and I'm going to put my primary color in there, the color that I chose to create my painting with today, and that's my blue. So I'm going to use nice even brush strokes and be very careful around the edges, making sure that everything's nice and crisp so that the painting is clear and readable by the people who look at it, including myself. Okay, now I'm going to work on the second layer, and I'm going to create a new color for that. I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to add just a tiny bit of black to make it a shade darker. I want to make sure that I mix enough of it and that the color is definitely darker than the original. You're going to see your color turn a little grayish, and then in the end be very blackish for the last layer. So I'm going to paint my next layer headed towards the bottom of the page. This second layer here, I'm going to paint that this darker black. All right, next I'm going to paint this bottom layer, which is the foreground. It's what's closest to us. It's going to be the darkest. It's going to be the darkest shade. So as we add black, we turn the color into a shade, and as we add white, we turn it into a tint. So I'm going to clean my brush off a little, and I'm going to take my color and add even more black to it. And now it's going to become super duper dark. Okay, and it's going to be this pine tree layer that is closest to us. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to add my whites to my base color, which is this blue, and it's going to get lighter and lighter. And the lightest we're going to see is the white, and that's going to become sort of clouds up in the sky area. So I'm going to really clean my brush thoroughly so that there's no black in there, because if black and white mix in with this blue, I'm going to get a really gray color, and I don't want that. So I'm going to take my base color and I'm going to start by adding a tiny bit of white. Just make it a little bit lighter than the original color. And I'm going to paint my fourth layer in with that. Number 5, add a little bit more white. Sixth layer, is the sky. I don't know if you've noticed, but I numbered those layers, and I numbered them, but before I paint, I'm erasing the number so it doesn't shine through the paint that I put down. Number 6 layer, I'm going to add lots of white. It's going to be my lightest layer that's representing the sky. And then the negative space around my color is going to be white, and those are going to be my clouds. Hey. I hope you had a really great time learning a little bit about tints and shades with me and painting today. I can't wait to see what you make after you start practicing this color theory technique. Don't forget to share what you've made. Tag us at Gallery North LI, hashtag Art Ventures at Home, hashtag Art Ventures, hashtag Gallery North, hashtag the studio, hashtag you guys are awesome. We would love to give you a shout out during one of our lessons. Don't forget also, if you are interested in following us on our YouTube channel, you can find all of our previous lessons there. Our YouTube channel is called Gallery North. If you're watching from YouTube, please hit like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all of our recent content. And so that we can continue to provide you with some really incredible virtual lessons. If you're feeling really good about giving today, Gallery North could sure use your help. This is a very strange and unusual time for all of us. We are a not-for-profit gallery and studio space, and we do so much creative things for our community. And through our virtual programming during this very strange time, we would love to get some donations from you guys, those of you who support us and watch us and follow us. So if you're feeling good about giving, you can visit our website, gallerynorth.org/donate, and give until it feels really good so that we can continue to provide you with this free virtual content. Tomorrow, we have a special guest. Tune in to our Thursday episode of Art Ventures at Home to meet one of our studio teachers, the unstoppable and incredible Jess Mann. She's going to teach you a little drawing lesson on owls. So tune in. Until tomorrow, have a really wonderful day. Stay safe. Enjoy being home. And don't forget, if you continue to create, you're going to feel really, really great. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.